without being hurt. Weeks taught me that a long time ago. My name is Joyce Moore. For those of y'all who don't recognize me with this white hair and stuff, but I used to practice with Terry Weeks, gosh, back when Saturday Night Live was getting started. That's how long ago that was. In 1976, a group of 4 guys, Terry Weeks, Mark Levlar, Lynn Chapman, and Sam Graham, were brave enough to give a young woman lawyer a chance to get in the courtroom and actually try cases. That doesn't sound strange today, but believe me, back then it was unusual. I had graduated well in my law school and was hopeful to get a good job, but everywhere I went I was told, well, we're not sure juries are going to like women lawyers. And you know what, hon, you'll probably just practice for a few years, have some babies, and then quit. Well, 48 years later, I'm still practicing law, I'm still in the courtroom, and I owe a lot of that to Terry Weeks and the other guys at the first place I practiced law. I wanted to really talk about, in addition to giving me a chance, one of the things that Terry gave me was his time. I'm just one of many lawyers, I think, who benefited from Terry's mentorship and guidance and just enabling us to see how good one lawyer could really be in a court. So I think often about that as I'm now mentoring other young lawyers and you're sitting across the table from them, and part of you's thinking, oh my God, I could have done this faster if I just did it myself, rather than let this kid try it. I look back and think about Terry. I know many, many times he could have done it faster, could have saved time just doing it himself. But instead, he not only let me do it, he made me do it. And he made me do it over and over and over again until I got it right. And that is the best way in the world to learn how to practice law. The other thing is, he gave me that confidence to get into the courtroom as long as you were well prepared. That was his one thing. He said, more, he said, you don't want to go in there not knowing what you're doing. You're going to get your ass kicked. And that's true. I've always been terrified of going into the courtroom without knowing what I was going to say or what I was going to do. And I got that from Terry. Of course, he made it look easy. And he'd just kind of amble on in there, put his hands in his pockets, shuffle his boots, smile at the ladies. I mean, oh my God, it was unfair. And I can't be a Terry Weeks. He says, no, but you can be a Moore. He never called me Joyce, it was always Moore. That was the way it went. And I learned that. And he said, you've got to have confidence in yourself and in what you're going to say. Otherwise, the jury won't believe a damn thing you're telling them. And that's true. And I watched him work that magic over and over. He made it look easy. And maybe it was for him. I don't know. I do know he put in a lot of work and preparation that maybe wasn't as appreciated by some who weren't sitting second chair to him. But I watched him for a long time and learned a lot from him. I have to say, and I'm trying to keep my 4 minutes here because I only have 4 words. He said, however many minutes you have 1 word per minute, so I'm doing that. The last thing he gave me was actually 2 words, to take pride and have joy in my practice of law. And I think for every lawyer in this crowd, and I know there's a lot of us here, there's a lot of real people here, but for those of us who are lawyers, I will always respect the fact that he not only told me to be proud of my profession and to carry that forward, but to enjoy it. And I think that's part of the reason I'm still doing it 48 years later, and part of the reason Terry practiced for as long as he possibly could. So thank you, Terry, from all of us you taught and all of us you inspired.
Thank you, Joyce. The great thing about being the MC is I get to do whatever I want. And, so I just want to tell y'all about these hymns. I look around and I see a lot of people that Terry, he mentored lawyers, but he also introduced a whole lot of us to the Caribbean. And one of the things that we would do on nights after maybe a couple of drinks is sing these hymns. And Terry knew every word to every one of them. And so it's really special to those of us that have been out on those boats and anchored singing those songs with them. And so now we're going to sing God Be With You. I'm going to step away from the microphone. So,